Michael Shanks is an actor and director known for his role on Stargate SG-1. He currently stars in the supernatural medical drama Saving Hope, which centers around the lives of the doctors and nurses of Hope Zion Hospital. Take a look.
Speaking of which, I left my phone in my car.
Do you need your phone to have tea?
No, I have an infant son, so...
You don't look like the overprotective type.
Are we, gonna get along here, Cora?
Absolutely, Charlie. I'm determined to.
Really? Why would that be?
Because I'm a doctor who speaks to the dead. And I understand from Christine that you do, too.
And Michael Shanks joins us now. Welcome.
Thank you.
Such a fun show, and so fun having you here because we just found out that I know your wife.
You know my wife, yes.
The wonderful, gorgeous actress Lexa Doig, because she and I did a video game show together back in the day. So did you met through a project?
We met on a show that she was doing at the time called Andromeda with another actor, Gord Wolvet, and we kind of were love interests on that and decided to take it a step further off camera. It's a great dating system, this whole acting thing.
Yeah, so when you show up and you're reading and then you're like, oh, we have a love interest, and you think, well, this is going to work out great.
Well, sometimes it doesn't work so well now because that wouldn't be okay.
Now would not be good.
That wouldn't go over very well.
But you do have to do love scenes still on your show.
Yes. And I've been very blessed. Erica Durance, who plays my love interest on Saving Hope, we've been friends for long before we did this show. We've been friends for about 10 years before we started doing this show. So her and I have, when we started doing the bedroom stuff, it was kind of like, we're kind of like chums. It's kind of like, put your hand here, and because it can be really awkward. You meet somebody for the first time, and it always is. You're human, so it's like, I know you're professionals, but you're still. It's like, oh, hey, nice to meet you. Let's take our clothes off and jump in the sack, kind of thing. And it's always a little bit awkward when there's when there's cameras around. There's always a little bit. It's just it's a weird dance thing that you have to do, and it's always great when you have a rapport with the people that you're doing it with, and I've been very blessed to have had that sort of experience in my career.
Right, and you direct as well, correct?
Yes.
On this show?
On this show and with Stargate from before.
And so you decided to bring your wife, Lexa, in for a guest star?
For a guest star last year, yeah. I figured, well, it was very funny because everybody sort of thinks that nepotism, people always go, oh, you just cast her because she's your wife. And I was reading this part and I sort of went, actually, this really sounds like her. It was this sort of tough, doctor who worked at this church clinic, and I thought, she's perfect for this because she's got the gumption that I need to stand up to the actor and to be as strong and capable, and I can trust her. And we have a shorthand too, so it was good.
Absolutely.
How do you find when you get to the medical jargon, just to make sure you got that stuff right?
Well, the best part, I actually find it a lot easier because I come from a sci-fi show background where the jargon that I was speaking most of the time wasn't actually real. Right. So at least this you can look up, you can do the research for, so you know what it is you're talking about. Whereas before I was talking about stuff that didn't even exist, which and you'd have to memorize terms that some writer had written in their drug-induced fantasy. So you kind of have to, it was a little bit, you'd sort of have to go to their brain and sort of figure out what it is, how to say this, and there'd be all sorts of different enunciations. At least with this, you can go to to Google Medical and hear the pronunciations of the things and learn it that way, learn it properly. So
I read that your guilty pleasure is rapping to Kanye.
That's such a lie. I think it was a question on the social. They asked me like, what music on your iPod is your guilty pleasure? And I said Kanye because I'm not a big Kanye fan, but I do like some of his music. So it's like I'm not a fan of the person,
right?
The sort of public image he puts out there, but I do like some of his music, unfortunately. So
right. But you're right. I think he likes it better than anyone else.
He loves him for sure.
Yeah.
I know. So, do you ever worry because there's a lot of people get killed off on your show? You get this script and be like, okay.
No, I never worry about me. I had a whole. I was blessed in the first season of the show. I was the guy who was the ghost and so there was the big question of whether or not they would, So to me, there's no jeopardy in killing me off anymore because they've seen that. They know what that looks like. But there is danger for a lot of our cast because we do. Last year we ended the show with one of our regulars. We killed him off really harshly, and so there is a jeopardy for most of the rest of the cast. the ghost thing's become such a huge part of the show, though, that I don't worry about my job security.
And that's TV reality nowadays. I mean, if you want a successful show, you got to get in there and you got to start whacking some characters.
It's true. You know, I know we jest, but it's absolutely true because one of our writers on Stargate, he used to hate the fact that he couldn't kill off a regular cast because the audience was so desperately attached to them, and so he would fictionally create alternate universes where he could kill them off, because you have to create jeopardy. You have to create a situation where you actually feel that there is jeopardy for those characters, that something could go wrong. You can't always be like 80s television where MacGyver's going to get out of this.
Like Game of Thrones totally changed everything.
Absolutely.
Like, whoa.
Cable has raised the bar so much in terms of what they do in graphics.
Well, I think George R. Martin. If I saw him walking down the street, I don't know if I'd hug him or punch him in the stomach. I mean, the way he kills off characters that I like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Quit killing the Starks. Quit it.
Quit killing the Starks. Enough
Please.
already. Exactly. How did we get there? Saving Hope airs Thursday nights. Michael Shanks, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Nice to meet you.